Alright, so this is going to be a video on how the Raiders can beat the Chiefs. The chances of it are unlikely, but this is just a couple ideas that would definitely shut out Mahomes and the defense. Not fully, but a little bit. So, with the Raiders' offense side of the ball, the Chiefs have the 31st best run defense or second worst run defense. And Jacobs is an amazing runner. And also, I don't remember your other guy's name, but number 30. This dude, he's fast, so you can use him to Richard. You can use him to quickly just get up the field, or you can use Jacobs to powerhouse his way through the Chiefs players. That would be the effective way of doing it. It'd be smart because you can just kind of swap back and forth. Of course, don't only pass it to your tight ends mainly, because what I've seen during the games, they aren't great at covering tight ends. But I haven't really watched too many Chiefs games. I watched the Texans one and a bit of the Patriots one, so take that with a grain of salt. But try to throw to your tight ends. Also use Ruggs, your fast boy. Use him, since he should be back this game. And just stall. Just run as much as you can. If it's starting to not work, pass it for a little while. Do short passes like slants and digs and hitch routes and outs, ins, stuff like that. And just do that for a while. Just keep on throwing the ball. Make sure the Chiefs have as little time with the ball as possible. And just do everything you can to make sure that the Chiefs' possession of ball time is as minimal as you can make it. They do have a good defense. Not a great defense, but a good defense, so that would be harder or easier said than done. But just try to stall. If you can only go with the field goal, go with the field goal. And, yeah. And so for the defensive side of the ball, this is the difficult part because of Mahomes. Don't go for sacks. Just keep him in the slot. I know that's what he's good at, but also he can rush, and he does that a lot. If he doesn't see one of his people open within the first 5 seconds, chances are he'll just dip and run. So if you keep him in the pocket, don't run past him. Just make a complete U around him so that if he tries to run, he'll just end up losing more yards because he'll have to run backwards and around. And it isn't 100% foolproof, but a good-ish idea is don't do this every time, but the first few drives, blitz the first play. And if you don't know why, it's because usually they'll try to run with Kyle or Clyde. Excuse me. They'll try to run, and then if they don't run, chances are they'll do it like this, a little route to either Kelsey or Hill, or do a jet sweep or something like that. And if you can just get in his face, short routes don't tend to work because usually they'll overthrow it, or they'll panic and just kind of throw it to the closest person to them. And sometimes they just won't even catch the ball. For second down, that's a bit of an unrealistic catch there, EA. But for second down, you should do zone. And that's just so that, because chances are they'll be throwing it to Kelsey or Hill. So you want to have somebody being able to cover the middle of the field, and then somebody covering the deep part of the field. So just make sure that those two parts are covered. Kelsey usually doesn't do a deep route, you know. Having optional zones where if you notice, so that if one of the people see Kelsey or Sammy or this one of the receivers doing a different route that's not being covered within the zone, they can go after that person, or they can tell somebody else to go after that person. But just the zone on second down is pretty smart. Not genius, but pretty smart. And then on third down, you want to do man, just so that you know, you got somebody covering them, and it's not just another zone or a blitz or something, so that there's no safeties in the backfield that can stop them. You just want to do man so that, because most likely they'll be sending Tyreek on a streak or Kelsey on like a little deep route or something. And on fourth down, if they go for it, that's just a good luck and all kind of thing, because when I've seen, they usually only run on fourth down, but like I said, I've only watched half of the Patriots game, not even half. I watched like a quarter of it, and then I got bored. And I watched the Texans game because it was the first game of the season. So, and they pass a couple times on fourth down, but usually they just run up the middle because they're pretty much 4th and 1 or inches. So they just quickly ran up it. So do a mid blitz or something like that. And just try to stop them. Like I said, don't go for the sack. Leave Mahomes alone, because they do a lot of screens too. So if you're trained to go for the sack, that's what will give big plays. So what you should do is just kind of stay there. Be more like a QB spy instead of a defensive lineman, you know. If you see all the linemen moving, follow the linemen. Don't go after Mahomes, because it's very, very rare that somebody gets a sack on those. And even if they get close to a sack, they'll just throw the ball away. So just leave them alone. Apply pressure, but don't go for the sack. Now, if it's a clear way for a sack and it's like you're gonna get the sack, go for it. You know, I'm not saying just leave him alone the entire game, but try to not go past him. If it's like this a sack, it's not like a screen or anything, it's a guaranteed sack, then get him. But if you're not 100% sure if it's a sack, or if you're just kind of hoping it'll be a sack, leave it. I know nobody on the Raiders team will even watch this, but this is how the Raiders can beat the Chiefs. It's still not 100% foolproof, because, Mahomes is just a playmaker, and also he has the best receiver core in the NFL right now. So that's why I think he's not as good as people proclaim. It's kind of hard to be a bad QB when you have people like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, and just all the weapons he does have. But that's just me. So yeah, just a little recap. Run the ball as much as you can. Do short passes as much as you can. Do a lot of jet sweeps. Just stall. Make all your drives like 7+ minutes, so that by the time the Chiefs get on the field, there's only like a few minutes left in the first quarter or second quarter, and if you can just stall them from scoring, keep them to a field goal, and if all you guys can score is a field goal, don't try to just score and score and score. If it's a field goal, just go for it. If it's like a 4th and inches or 4th and 1 and you want to go for it, but you might not be able to score points, that's the last thing you want to do against the Chiefs. The Chiefs is the team you want to score against. It doesn't matter if it's a safety, 3 points, 8 points, only 6. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so just that's how they can beat them. I don't see them beating them, but hey, there's an upset game every week, so you never know.